Welcome back to the Geek Man Cave and Happy New Year. Yes, geeks, the 2019 year of things ended has, well, basically ended. And we can now move on to 2020. And geeks, I have a ton of DIY custom builds, movie reviews, and a ton of content coming to the channel. So I thought, what better way to celebrate the new year by building a DIY movie prop, since you guys love those videos. So geeks, today we're going to be creating a Rise of Skywalker movie prop. So guys, in The Rise of Skywalker, we find out that Emperor Palpatine has survived, and everyone is kind of wanting to know where he's been as much as the fans. So, at the start of the movie, Kylo Ren travels to Mustafar, where he has to discover a Sith artifact, a Sith WayFinder. It's basically a Sith Satnav, geeks. And he uses that to find his way to spectacles. That's not right. Obstacles. No. Testicles? No, that's not right. Bear with me. No. An Awakening? No. Fall of Snoke? No. Exegol! That's what it's called. Exegol. So geeks, what we're going to do today, we're basically going to build a space sat nav to get us to Exegol, okay? Just roll VT. Let's do this. Okay geeks, first thing you need is a base. So I picked up this crafting frame for £1, which will work brilliant as our base for our Wayfinder. So now we have our base, geeks, it's time to make our pyramid shape. I'm using 1mm thick foam board to cut out rectangle shapes to stick together to create the pyramid shape. With them 4 cut out, they can be hot glued straight into the corners to create our pyramid Sith Wayfinder shape. Now guys, for the size I am using and the board I am using, I will leave measurements in the description below for you to use. With the corners now done, it's time to work on the faces of the pyramid. I cut out a template shape using A4 paper using the measurements below, and I'm using A4 shrink plastic to cut out my triangles for each corner. Then I can use a blade to cut out the carve-in shapes you see on the Sith Wayfinder. With help from the visual dictionary and images online, I drew out a stencil of the pattern on the sides of the Sith Wayfinder, then used a blade to cut that pattern out onto all 4 pieces. With the pieces now carved, it's time to decorate. Now when you look at pictures of the Sith Wayfinder, it looks like a very dark green. Now originally I used spray paint to give it a more even coat. However, when I put the light inside, you couldn't see this. So I decided to use a variety of different acrylic paints to get the desired colour I wanted. You want to go for a very, very dark green. Once that you've got the colour you want, paint all 4 sides. Once they are dried, they'll be ready to hot glue straight onto the base. Now, to make this prop as authentic as I can, I want that red flashing light. So I picked up this elf on a shelf fake security camera that you can pick up that flashes a red light. I'm going to take the insides out and use that for our Sith Wayfinder. With the piece now cut out, we want to fit this securely to the bottom of our base. So just draw out the battery pack onto the bottom of your base and cut that out so you can hot glue that into place. When we put the air drying clay on, this will also hold this in place. To finish off our shape of our Sith Wayfinder, I want to add some foam board pieces to the bottom. So I've cut out some more foam board pieces to just hot glue into place. With all the pieces now stuck together, it's time to move on to the faces. Now that they've dried, I'm going to hot glue these 4 faces straight onto the side of the Sith Wayfinder shape. Now geeks, don't worry if this looks messy, especially with the hot glue, because when we go over it with quick drying clay, it will seal up all that mess. Hot glue your LED to one side of the pyramid and add a square foam board to the top to finish off our Sith Wayfinder shape. With that now done, geeks, get your air drying clay, and we're going to use this to mould around the skeleton of our Sith Wayfinder. This will not only hide all the mess and stick all the pieces tighter together, but it'll give us that Sith ancient artifact look.
Leave it a couple of days and your Wayfinder will be ready to be painted. As you can see, the clay has gone rock hard now and it is ready to paint. So guys, I'm using a mixture of different greys and silvers to give me that concrete kind of color that you see on a Sith Wayfinder. I'm also going to be going over the engravings I did because they are very faint with a Sharpie to bring out that detailing. And with that done, geeks, leave it to dry and you're ready for your final reveal.
Very own Sith Wayfinder with tracking location to Exegol. Super cheap, super easy to make, geeks. A ton of fun and a great start to kick off 2020. Hope you've enjoyed this video, geeks. If you have, don't forget to hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe for weekly content on the Geek Man Cave. Now, geeks, to carry on the DIY custom build, I've decided to do things differently this year. So I'm going to be giving you an option of 2 DIY custom builds, and depending on the one that you guys comment on the most in the comment section below will be the video I make next. Now don't worry if the video you chose didn't get built. Don't worry, because I will be making that sometime in the future. I will just focus my attention on the builds that you want to see next. So guys, to continue the theme of Star Wars, spoilers ahead, so if you haven't seen The Rise of Skywalker, the next kind of videos are a bit spoilery, so, or The Mandalorian, so it's a bit spoiler warning. You've been warned. Where have you been? Anyway, so the choice of videos you can choose from are either the DIY custom builds of Rey's lightsaber from the end of The Rise of Skywalker, the lightsaber she has created herself, or would you rather me build the Mandalorian Darksaber? You comment and I'll make the video. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Like I said, don't forget to hit that like button and don't forget to comment on which one of these videos you want to see next. And again, geeks, don't worry, I will eventually be making both of these videos, but which one's going to come first? Geeks, have an amazing 2020, and remember, it's your cave, your rules, and I'll see you next time.